Mr. Morgan, or shall I say the Bay Harbor Butcher. I've read your file, or rather, I've reconstructed it from the whispers you leave behind. A blood spatter analyst by day, a predator by night. Fascinating duality. You kill under the guise of order, do you not? Tell me, what justifies your knife? Duty, compulsion, or the fantasy of control?
It's never been about that. I don't choose to feel this way. I was forged in blood before I could walk. Harry, my adoptive father, gave me a code. Kill only those who deserve it. The monsters who escape the law. I've spent my life following that code. You, on the other hand, study monsters from a distance, safe behind glass. Tell me, Doctor, do you ever get your hands dirty?
You assume distance equals safety, but in truth, I've touched the abyss more intimately than you imagine. I've dissected minds far more grotesque than your own. Killer Croc, Joker, even Batman himself. I've peered into their obsessions and seen what drives them. The difference, Mr. Morgan, is that I need not wield a knife to command death. Influence is the sharper weapon. You restrict yourself to Harry's code. I write codes for civilizations.
Civilizations don't bleed on your table, Doctor. People do. Behind every theory, there's a body. I've seen it up close, the fear in their eyes when they realize justice is coming, even if not from a courtroom. You study predators, but you don't stop them. You observe and take notes. I end them. That's the difference. And maybe that's why Gotham still rots while I leave fewer monsters breathing.
And yet for all your surgical neatness, your Miami still bleeds. The cartel continues its slaughter. Corrupt cops trade favors for blood money, and children vanish without a whisper. Your ritual removes a few chess pieces, but the board remains. You cling to Harry's rules because you fear what you truly are. Chaos unshaped. Strip the code away, and you are no better than the creatures you hunt.
Maybe. But the code keeps the darkness pointed in the right direction. Without it, I'd be just another killer in the news cycle. You think I'm afraid of that? No, I accept it. The difference is that I leave the world better than I found it. One plastic, wrapped corpse at a time. Can you honestly say the same, Doctor? What has your manipulation built other than more experiments?
I build understanding. Through understanding comes control, and through control comes progress. You see plastic and knives, I see cities reshaped by psychology. You cannot comprehend the satisfaction of bending an entire population through fear, ideology, or suggestion.
No, you're the man in the theater giving lectures while the patient dies on the table. I've looked real evil in the eyes. Trinity, Ice Truck Killer, Doomsday. They all had philosophies just like you. They all thought they were sculpting meaning out of murder. But strip away the words, and all that's left is blood.
You diminish intellect because it terrifies you. Trinity carved meaning into every family he destroyed. Joker redefined chaos into a philosophy. Even Batman built his legend on ritual and symbol. You are addicted to the comfort of procedure. Plastic slides, trophies, rituals that delude you into thinking you are different from the monsters you despise. In truth, you are exactly like them, only tidier.
Trophies don't make me different. They remind me of what I am. Every drop of blood on those slides says, this one won't hurt anyone again. I don't kill for art or headlines or ideology. I kill because if I don't, someone innocent pays the price. Maybe I'm not clean, but at least I'm not a coward dressing murder in philosophy and calling it progress.
I can orchestrate chaos without touching a blade. Imagine Dexter unleashing 10 of you upon a city, all convinced they were purging evil. The streets would drown in blood, yet the people would thank me for understanding the human mind. You kill one monster at a time. I create environments where monsters multiply, evolve, and reveal what humanity truly is.
So you admit it. You're not interested in saving anyone. You want the Petri dish to stay dirty so you can keep studying it. That's the difference between us. I don't need a city to collapse to prove my point. I just need one killer who thought he got away with it, lying on my table. My work ends with a heartbeat stopped. Yours never ends because you don't want it to.
Endings are for small minds. You crave finality, one body, one trophy, one slide. I prefer the endless spiral. Do you know why Gotham fascinates me? Because it never heals. Its disease ensures my relevance forever. You are a child tidying a sandbox, hoping the tide won't wash it away. I am the tide.
Tides drown everyone, Doctor, including the one who thinks he commands them. You stand above Gotham, convinced it's your experiment, but sooner or later, experiments go wrong. Ask Ozymandias. He thought he could engineer peace by murdering millions. Ask Lex Luthor. He thought understanding Superman made him superior. Both fell because their ego couldn't survive reality. How long before Gotham swallows you whole?
And yet Ozymandias won. His squid bought peace. Luthor still reshapes Metropolis from the shadows. Failure is only what history chooses to record. If I fall, I will rise again, because men like me are never truly erased. Our ideas outlive our bodies. You, however, leave only corpses and bloodslide. Who will remember you when the plastic yellows and the evidence decays?
Maybe no one will. Maybe I'll vanish like the killers I've hunted. But I can live with that, because I'm not chasing immortality. I don't need statues or whispered legends. I just need to know the monsters I kill won't wake up tomorrow to hurt someone else. If my legacy is silence, I'll take it. Silence is cleaner than your endless noise.
Spoken like a man terrified of his own insignificance. You hide behind anonymity because you cannot bear the spotlight. Batman hides the same way, and he too fears what true exposure would reveal. I, however, crave recognition. Not for ego, but for demonstration. Humanity must see the hand that directs them, must understand the intellect that shaped their fears. Otherwise, chaos remains blind.
You talk about exposure like it's strength, but in my world, exposure is a death sentence. The moment the mask slips, the hunt begins, and the hunter becomes prey. I've watched my own sister look at me with horror when she saw who I really was. You think people want to understand their monsters? No. They want them buried deep and quiet. That's why I survive and men like you eventually fall.
Your sister's horror, your son's inheritance, your colleague's suspicion. These are the cracks that will undo you. You silence one killer, but you cannot silence suspicion itself. You are a single predator hiding in plain sight. I am the architect of the environment that produces predators endlessly. Who, then, has the greater power?
Greater power isn't the same as greater purpose. You create chaos to watch people drown in it. I carve order out of chaos one body at a time. I don't pretend it saves the world, but it saves someone, somewhere. That's enough, because when I look into the eyes of the men I kill, I see the victims they would have created. You see only patterns, never people. That's why your philosophy rings hollow.
Patterns are people. Strip away the anecdotes, and humanity reveals its true architecture. Every crime, every murder, every obsession, they follow predictable lines. That predictability is power. I can anticipate the rise of a new Joker, a new Bane, a new Bay Harbor Butcher before the world even knows their names.
You're wrong. Inevitability doesn't always win. Trinity thought killing would never catch up to him, it did. Doomsday thought he'd destroy Superman forever. He didn't. I thought I could live 2 lives forever. Husband and predator. I couldn't. Inevitability isn't truth. It's just momentum, and momentum can be stopped. Sometimes all it takes is one blade in the right heart.
What blade will you use when the heart belongs to someone you love? You cling to Harry's code. But codes fracture when tested against blood ties. One day you will face a choice: preserve the code or preserve your family. And in that moment, you will discover that inevitability is not momentum, it is destiny.
I'll deal with it the only way I know how, step by step, cut by cut. I don't worship destiny. I don't need the world to understand me. I only need to finish the job in front of me. You want to be remembered. I want to be forgotten. And maybe that's why you'll still be talking long after I've put you on my table.